Hello, hello, hello. Well, today, I don't really want to go live today, but I promised myself that I would go live on Tuesday or more live on YouTube. So I'm keeping my promises. Right now, I'm hungry and I'm thirsty, but I am still here. And even though I don't see anyone here yet, I am hoping that more people will come on. And you know what? It's we should start keeping promises to ourselves, right? And so, hey, hey, whoever is on, say hi. We need to start keeping promises to ourselves. So I'm keeping the promise. I am here and I am going to do this live, right? So this live is for 1 hour. And so if you're on, say hi. If not, you could come on later and you could listen. And of course, check me out in the description for my course, How to Attract Love. So people, when they're trying to get into relationship, right, because we really want the relationship, we avoid some warning signs, right? Because as human being, we are programmed to, as human beings, we are programmed to connect in relationship, right? We want somebody to talk to. We want somebody to be intimate with. We want that connection. And it depends on the age that we're coming onto, then the importance of a relationship is different. Like people who are in their 30s or maybe 25, 27, they want a relationship. And so they will avoid certain mistakes or certain signs that they see just because they really want to be in that relationship. And so today we're going to talk about some of those signs. All right. So one of the signs is that the person talk about angrily about her ex, right? Or his ex. The person talk really angry about their ex. And so my ex is this, my ex is that, my ex is something. They blame the ex for everything that the ex have done. And they take no ownership. If the person speak bad about their ex, that means they are not over the relationship. There's still a lot of resentment. There is still a lot of anger. And that person, right, eventually will speak bad about you. So that person is in a victim mode, right? Because if you're on a date, you shouldn't be bringing up your ex anyway. You shouldn't be talking about your ex anyway. So if you're on a date and the person continues to speak bad about their ex, you need to leave. That person is not healed. That person is not over their ex. And so you need to leave that relationship, or you shouldn't ignore that warning sign because that warning sign is serious, right? If you're on, say hi. Let me know that you're here. Give me some like or give me some love. Let me know if you connect to what I have to say. I am here today because I said I would be here. But if you're on, right, say hi. Give me some encouragement, right? The next warning sign that I see people ignore is somebody who is extremely attentive, especially in the beginning, right? That person know your work schedule. That person say they're thinking about you 24/7. That person want to talk to you all the time, want to text you all the time. You know, girls think it's cute, or some women thinks it's cute if a man want to spend all day on the phone with them. Like, don't you work? Like, don't you work? Like, what were you doing before you met me? Why do you want to spend all the time on the phone with me? Why you want to text me all the time, right? And so this intense um, want to be with you all the time, want to know your schedule. That is a dangerous warning sign. Like the person maybe show up at your work, and then they said, oh, I'm just surprising you, giving you flowers, right? And the person know every move that you make. That's the warning sign of a person being an abuser. That's the warning sign of a person being a control freak. No one don't want to talk to me. That's the warning sign, right, of a person who's going to, um, what would I say? A person of a narcissist, a master manipulator. So they're isolating all your time. They want to know everything about you in the beginning. And so you can't breathe. And those people are going to want to take you away from your friends. So you should be very careful of people like that. I know you maybe think that it's cute that the person is giving you all this gift, all this attention. And people like those, right? They will always find people who are desperately in need of love, desperately in need of love, right? And so that person that they're going to find is the person who is like, oh, nobody have ever loved me, nobody have ever, shown me all this attention, and they will just, oh, they call it love bombing, right? They will just love bomb you. And it all depends on the phase the person's in. So some man, if they're getting older and they want a woman and they're ready to settle down, and even if they're getting sick, right? If they're getting sick or they're not in their top performance anymore, and they see a woman who, a decent woman and a woman who's looking for somebody, they will love bomb the person and not tell the person everything that is wrong with them. Then they end up getting married, and then you find out that he's not as healthy as you perceive him to be, right? But he love bomb you, and now you guys are married, and now you guys going to take care of that person, right? So those are so number two, right, of a sign that you should look for. I was trying to do this live for a very long time, but let's see how it's going to go, right? The next thing that you should look out for, right? And you won't know this off the bat unless you're around the person. Um, if you're around the person and say dating and entwining with the person. But if the person is bad with their credit card, they are bad with their finance, they're bad paying their rent, they are bad with, like, they have like a lot of tolls, they have like a lot of parking ticket, they're just bad with money, right? And so of course that person is not responsible, but you're not going to know off the bat unless you're on a date and the person's like, hey, can you pay half the bill, right? I'm one of them. If I ask a guy out for a date, of course I'm going to pay because I asked you out. But if you're on a date and a guy asks you out on a date and he's like, hey, can you pay half the bill? Or maybe he's like, oh, I left my wallet. Then you have to think, is this relationship for me? Maybe that person has some financial problem. Maybe he's not financially responsible. Maybe that person is not financially responsible, because either gender, even if you're a man and a woman, you have to think about what what is important to you financially, right? And so one of the things, if you're looking for a partner, how is the partner with money? Is the partner financially responsible? And if they're not financially responsible and you miss that warning sign, or you ignore, sometimes you don't even miss it, but you ignore it because you're trying to help somebody, or you're trying to have somebody get on their feet. And then later on, right, when you have children together, then, and you're like, I want help, and he can't help you, then what? One, I normally say this, right? When women sometimes complain and said that person is not helping me out, I was like, but what is the character of the person that you picked up when you were with him? Was he working? Does he seem like he was interested in a job? Was he responsible? So why do you think, if you have children together with him, why do you think that he would be responsible with you, right? And so I often ask those questions, and I know People like to blame people, they don't want to take responsibility. But if you see certain things, why would you dig deeper into those situations and then want to blame the person? Why? So that is 1 warning sign. Check, and maybe you won't see it up front, as I said, but check to make sure that the person is financially responsible. And if the person isn't meeting your standard, then don't ignore it. And you definitely shouldn't ignore financial responsibility, because when you're in a relationship, the relationship needs money. People need money to be together, for mortgage, for going out on date, for kid, for just making sure everything flow, right? So money is important. So financial literacy is important. So don't overlook that, right? The next thing is people the next one is you want a person to have good family, right? But how much is their family involved in their relationship? How much is their family involved in their relationship? I know somebody right now that every time anything happened, he's a grown man, he has to talk to his mother, and the mom is in everything with their relationship. And there is also certain people who their mother cannot let go of the relationship. Certain women who have to talk to their mother and father about stuff in their relationship. So the family involvement. So how involved is the family in the relationship or in that person's life? Can that person make a decision without calling all the family members? It's all the family members in that person life. Is there a healthy boundary when it comes to family? Can the person say to the family, hey, this is my woman, and so you should not do this? And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I have heard women say, hey, that man have never picked up for me. Every time he's always on his family side and he's never on mine. And I know maybe the man is thinking like, oh, you are a girlfriend or you are a boyfriend and my family is always going to be there. But the thing is, that person is your person. That's the person you choose to be your woman or your girlfriend. And that's the person you choose to be your woman, your girlfriend. And so there is a distinction between the boundaries with your girlfriend and your family, right? So for instance, you wouldn't want your girlfriend to cuss out your mom, right? But you also wouldn't want your mom to beat your girlfriend to be so upset till she wants to curse him out. And one of the things too is that you are always, because the family is so close, you are always going to feel like an outsider. You are always going to feel like an outsider. And so be careful of that. The next one, how is the person when it comes to drinking alcohol? Does the person always seem to have to drink to have fun, to have to drink to be intimate, to have to drink to relax? Yeah. Because if the person can't just be themselves and they have to always drink, they have to always drink to loosen up, and they always want to make everything a party, right? That mean the person have some alcoholic issues that the person is hiding. And if the person, right, is doing it now, it's going to get worse. So that one drink just to, hey, loosen up. That one drink just to, oh, when I drink before intimacy, it makes me stay long. Or that one drink to just calm my nerve. That one drink will become two drink, will become three drink, will become four drink, will become five drink, will become six drink. And then you're going to end up having some form of problems on your hands. And so don't ignore that warning sign, especially if you want like a serious relationship. All right? Don't ignore. Don't ignore. So if you're on here, say hi or even touch the like button so that I know that you are watching. So that I know that you're watching. Say hi, say hi. Don't be shy, right? If you are going to come into the room, show up and show out, and just to touch the live is not causing you a thing. All right. If you don't want to talk, that be it, right? Another one is person who they are very secretive when it comes to their family background. When you ask them stuff, they either joke it off or they brush it off, right? And you want to know which family you are going into. And if the person brush it off and don't want to get into details, that will also tell you how they feel about you, how important are you, or if they want to have some form of relationship with you, right? Okay. So I don't think I'm going to spend the whole hour on this live today. Um, and so you need to know the family background or what you're going into, right? Because that person could be hiding something. That person could also be living a double life because we have seen like people having double life that they're hiding, and that's why they don't want to tell you about their family. Thank you for the one person that's staying on here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Another warning sign that you should not overlook is people who are talking to their ex, constantly talking to their ex. People who are talking to their ex are constantly talking to their ex. That means the person is not over their ex, right? And that's the reason why they are talking to their ex, right? Right? If they're constantly talking about their ex, they are still in love with their ex, right? And in the back of their mind, they're still hoping that their ex will come back. And so you will never be number one. And there, when it comes to a relationship, there shouldn't be a number one, two, or three. There just should be just you and the person. And so if the person's constantly talking to their ex, they have not let go. There is an energetical band still there. There's a physical link still there. There's an emotional link still there, right? And so the person is just with you in in the person's just with you physically, but the person's not with you emotionally, right? And if you are a woman or a man, I know you want your person to be with you physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And so if the person is constantly talking to their ex, that's something that you shouldn't ignore. You shouldn't say, hey, he's going to forgive or he's going to forget the ex one day. No, you are meant to be number one and the only one. And if you accept those kind of relationship, right, you are suffering from some low self-worth. If you are accepting those kind of relationship, you are suffering from low self-worth, and you need to look into yourself. Why would you be with somebody who is still in constant contact with their ex? Why would you be with somebody who will not choose you? Why would you be with somebody who you are waiting to say, choose me, I am important, I love you? And why would you be with somebody who you love more than they love you? And so you have to look at yourself. And so, even though that is a warning sign, right, you also have to look at yourself to be like, why would I allow somebody to treat me like that? Why would I stay in some relationship like that? Why would I even accept it? What inside of me is lacking? And so you have to take ownership. And I tell you, when you take ownership and when you find the answer for that and when you heal that, it will make you get or attract better relationship, right? Because the relationship that you attract, that you bring to you, is worth and what you believe that you can have. The relationship that comes into your life is based on what you think that you deserve, is based on what you think that you could have, right? And so I often say, you are the love that you seek, right? And so if you believe that you could have this love, that is the love that you're going to get. So you are responsible for the kind of love or the kind of relationship that you accept. And so if you accept somebody putting you as second best, right, or somebody just having you as a placeholder until the person that they love comes in, then you need not to be in a relationship. You need to go work on you. You need to go work on your self esteem. You need to go work on your self worth. And so, if the person is still talking about his ex, if the person is still in communication with his ex, you need to you need to leave that. They won't commit to you. You are just a placeholder. You're just a place filler. And I know, right? That's that must hurt, right? You deserve better relationship. You deserve better love, right? And I know a lot of you, maybe you heard that. Um, Maybe somebody have told you that, hey, you're not lovable. And so you think that you have to accept the bare minimum. But as an adult, all right, with so many people talking about love, talking about relationship, you know and see what you deserve. And so you need to work on yourself, right? If the relationship that's keep on coming, if the relationship that you keep on accepting, if the relationship that you keep choosing is the relationship that destroy you instead of build you up, if the relationship that you keep accepting is the relationship that um what did I say, destroy? If the relationship that you accept, if the relationship that you're involved with, right, keep on destroying you, keep on hurting you, keep on messing up your loyalty, your low self-esteem, you need to stop and look at you, right? You need to get some help. And so if you're a person who, and staying single and said, oh, I'm afraid to go into a relationship, that is not healing. Staying single, right? So a lot of people, they stay single and then um, they stay single and then they're like, oh, I'm healed. But the next time they go into a relationship, it's like the same thing. Then you are not healed. You didn't work on anything. You didn't work on yourself. All you did was pause, right? You put a pause into having a relationship. And sometimes your singleness is not based on you, is because nobody haven't even approached you. So nobody don't want to talk today. Nobody don't want to even say hi. So the next warning sign that you need to be aware of, right, is The next warning sign that you need to be aware of is people who flirts all the time, right? You're on the street, you're having dinner, and the person is flirting with everyone. They can't pay attention to you. They're always looking. They're always like looking off in the side. They're always like joking and say, "Hey, I'm just flirting," right? Or they can't give you 100% attention. If a person keeps flirting with other people all the time, there's a possibility that they will end up being a cheater. And if the flirting makes you uncomfortable, there is a possibility that that person is going to end up being a cheater. And you, right, if you get in a relationship with that person, you are not, maybe the first time it's going to be cute, right? Or the second time it's cute. But if you're in a relationship with that person, it's not going to be cute because you're going to start to feel like there is something wrong with you. Why does he always have to look at different women? Or why does she always have to look at different men? Why is her eyes always roaming around, right? Isn't she not satisfied? Isn't he not satisfied? And so you, even if you're a person who have a lot of confidence, that could make you start to feel insecure because that is the person that you're supposed to like love in a relationship, right? But the person have wandering eyes. Then that's going to hurt. Yes, no. Another warning sign is that if you feel desperate for love, right? Another warning sign if you feel desperate for love, if you feel like your time is running out, if you feel desperate, if you feel like your time is running out, because when your time is running out and when you're desperate, you're going to make bad choices. You're going to make bad choices because, so I'll share a story with you. There was this woman who got into a relationship with a man, and she didn't mind that the guy wasn't, what would I say, proactive, right? She married him knowing that he wasn't proactive, like in the household, wasn't proactive, like going for kids or stuff, picking up kids. But he was just he was laid back. And now when they're married and they have kids, she wants him to help her out in the house some more. She wants him to like pick up the kids. She wants him to like be involved with taking the kids to the basketball. But he wasn't that person. He was a person who was very laid back. And so he just continued to just go to his job and just come home while she goes to work, comes home, right? Cook dinner, run her kids all over the place. And he's not like involved, but she knew that before she married him. But a lot of women ignores the sign just because they have this thing in their head that I could change a man, right? Or I am going to try to change him to do this. I am going to try to change him to do that. Listen, you know how hard it is to change, right? As I tell you, I didn't want to do this YouTube live today because I am tired. I am hungry, I'm thirsty, but I make a commitment to myself. I make a commitment that I'm going to come on live Tuesday at 3 o'clock. And so I want to fulfill that commitment. And so here I am, even though I'm looking kind of beautiful today. I am still on here. I'm not going to do the whole 1 hour like I plan to do, but I'm still on here. I still show up. I'm still doing this commitment that I make to myself and to my channel. So here I am, right? And so don't go into something, right? And say you're going to change that person. You and that person have to be on the same page or you have to be going in the same direction, right? Human beings, it's hard to change a grown person. it is hard to change a grown person. And so, with that said, you could still attract the relationship that you want. You could still get the relationship that you want, right? People think that is one way to get a relationship, but there's many different ways. People think that you have to be date. People think that you have to be stalking people's page online. People think that you have to be like, oh, online, oh, I'm single and mingle. There is many different ways to attract your person. And sometimes you don't even know where your person is coming from, but the person will come to you. And if you want to learn how to do that, because there's nothing for free, right? If you want to learn how to do that, you go into my stand store that's going to be in the video and click on how to attract love. I have a lot of practice in there that you could pull your person in, right? Oh, another thing, if you don't have any money, if you are a woman or a man and you don't have any money, then you are not ready for a relationship. So one of the warning signs, if you are if you're dealing with somebody and the person is completely broke, if the person is looking for you to like help them out, then that's a warning sign. That's a warning sign. If the person is desperate, right, and is looking for you to help them out, they are coming in the relationship with a deficit. They are not coming in the relationship as an asset. And so, even if you were the asset and they are the deficit, they are going to pull you down. And you are not going to know if that person truly likes you for who you are, or if that person just like you just because of money. Or what you could do for them. And when people are desperate when it comes to relationship, either money, either to help them over something, right? They will make that decision based on the survival mode that they want to quench, and not because they have any form of affection for you, not because they have any intimate connection to you, not because of love for you. They're just doing it to come out of survival mode. And once they're out of survival mode, and that hungerness, that starvation that they were feeling is cured, then it's like their eyes open up and they don't see you as that person that helps them. So, warning sign, you're going into a relationship, everyone needs to come into the relationship as an independent person. If the person is looking for help, if the person is desperate, they're not ready for a relationship, because everyone is an individual and you need to learn how to take care of yourself. All right, I'm stopping this live at half an hour today. And if you're watching this later, which you should, because I dropped some gems in here, share this, right? And comment and let me know what you like and what you didn't like. All right. Thank you to the person who watched for a long time and didn't say hi. I appreciate you. Bye now.